On September 15, 1988, I went into labor with my last child. The next day, September 16, I was taken into the operating room to have a tubal ligation. I was put to sleep and all of a sudden, I could see myself lying on the operating room table. As I was floating up, I went through a set of double doors and was in a beautiful green field. It had a creek running through the middle of the field. On the other side of the creek was a beautiful field of flowers. There was also the most perfect mountain in the field. I was standing far away from the creek, but it seemed like I took one step and was across the creek. It seemed like I knew every answer to every question that I could ever be asked. It was as though I had complete knowledge, which is an important thing to me, gaining as much knowledge as you possibly can in this world. I wasn't alone because at the top of this mountain was a most beautiful city and there were people there. Some I knew and others I could not make out their faces. As I lifted my foot to start up the mountain and go to the city, a voice spoke behind me and said, "No, you can't climb that hill yet, it is not your time." I can remember that I was arguing with this voice because I really wanted to go up that mountain. I felt that if I could get to the top of the mountain and go into that city that I would be at home. As I was standing in the field, I felt complete love, joy and peace, like a warm blanket on a cold morning wrapped around you. I just felt so loved and protected. I have never felt that kind of peace before or since. I was still trying to convince the voice to let me go to the city. I started to turn around to see who was talking to me, but the voice told me that I could not look upon his face just yet. Then I turned halfway around and I could see my family, my husband, my daughter, and my 2 sons. My baby wasn't with them. My husband was leaning up against the wall of the hospital crying, and my children looked so sad and asking where their mommy was. The voice spoke and it was as if it was pointing to my husband and said he needs you more than any of them does. Then I started waking up and I could hear another voice shouting out orders as to what to give me to make me breathe and my heart to beat again. They were coding me. As I was coming back to my body and was waking up, I was in complete pain. I have never felt as much pain, and it was total all through my body. After a while, I guess about 5 minutes, the pain started to go away. Even though I can't remember all the answers to all the questions, I can still remember that I had total knowledge, and I know that I was looking at heaven, and I was shown where I will be going someday when I really do die and leave this world. It is the most beautiful place that I have ever seen, and nothing here on this earth can begin to compare with its beauty and with the complete peace and joy that I felt while I was there.